Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Today, we've got a brand new story to share with you. So let's begin. My boyfriend and I have been dating for 4 years, and things between us have always been good, until now. Due to some personal reasons, I was having a hard time with my mental health starting this June. We started fighting more and grew a little distant. At that time, I thought it was just a rough patch in the relationship and that we'd get over it somehow, but then he cheated on me with a friend of his in September. I found out in October through a mutual friend. I wanted to break up, but he begged and cried too much for me to gather the courage to leave. He cut off the friend group entirely because many of them had encouraged him to cheat, started going to therapy, and did all the things he had claimed to do when he asked me to give him a chance. I couldn't bring myself to appreciate his efforts. In my mind, the only thing that mattered was that he slept with someone he had told me not to worry about. I had suspicions that the friend he cheated with liked him and wanted him for herself, but he always brushed it off and said that she was just possessive by nature and didn't mean any harm, nor was he planning on being with her because he loved me. When I asked him why he did it, he said that he was having a rough time due to the problems in our relationship, and she was there to listen and help him with his morbid thoughts. To the present, we have argued after a long time. It got ugly pretty quick, and I left to get away from him because I was getting too many intrusive thoughts about how I should bash his head against glass or something like that. I went to a nearby bar where I'm a regular. I had a couple of drinks before someone approached me. I knew the guy since we had gone to high school together. We talked, and there was an instant connection, and, to be honest, I liked the attention. Let me clarify. It was never my intention to revenge cheat. I've always thought that revenge cheating is stupid, and you should break up with a cheater, but oh well, here we are. I was a little drunk and ended up spilling out everything that had been going on with my boyfriend. He was sympathetic and shared some of his own experiences with getting cheated on. The conversation with him felt so damn good. It felt as if I finally had someone with whom I could share my thoughts and opinions without hesitation. He is such a good listener, it's almost ridiculous. We left the bar and walked around before going back to his place. We caught up on some old memories of high school, a touch here and there. One thing led to another, and we were in his bed. I know in the back of my head that I did it to get back at my boyfriend and wouldn't have slept with my old friend if my boyfriend hadn't cheated on me first, even though there was undeniable chemistry between us. The friend did mention that my boyfriend wouldn't like it if he found out, and I vividly remember telling him that I couldn't give a shit. When morning came, we made breakfast together and blasted music before I left. I contemplated whether I should tell him or not, but then I decided to cut to the chase. I sat him down and confessed. He didn't say anything and asked to be left alone for some time. I left for a few days and crashed at a friend's house before he called and asked to talk. When I went back, I was surprised to see him look so terrible, but I kind of felt good too. He was feeling the pain I had because he didn't respect me enough to not cheat on me. It was so easy for him to cry and beg and then expect me to forgive him. His cheating made my mental health 100 times worse, and I had to deal with it all by myself. I was the one who had to suffer, and he couldn't feel a pinch of what I had to go through. Now he's standing in front of me so powerless, and he knows he can't say shit because he did the same thing. Now he knows what it feels like. He asked me if I regretted any of it, to which I said no because I didn't regret it and I still don't. He asked if I was remorseful, to which I said no as well. Then, he gave me a monologue on how he understood why I did what I did and asked me to go to couples counseling with him. I was taken aback. I was expecting him to finally break it off. I had no intentions of getting back together with him because one thing was quite clear in my head, and it was that anything and everything I ever felt for this man flew right out of the window when I found out about what he did. If only I hated him enough to cheat on him again, just to see how much it had hurt him. I told him that I wanted to break up, but he kept on insisting. He claims that this is just an obstacle and we can recover from it, and that couples counseling will help me with my resentment. He told me that what we had before the cheating was too good for us to break up, and I snapped and yelled about how it wasn't good enough for him to stay loyal. It was a long, long conversation that resulted in me leaving again. He proceeded to tell all of this to some of our mutual friends, and even his sister called me and asked me to try couples counseling. Almost all of my mutual friends told me the same thing, and the friend at whose place I'm living as of now told me to try out counseling before making a decision. I'm very conflicted and confused. Should I stay again? Try couples counseling? Can it help me with my resentment? Is it possible to go back to this? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.